in terms of their approach in the home match. 6 shots against us, 2 on target. The 2 shots on target they scored. I'm sure if you say we had that stats and not 18 shots and 7 on target, that was our stats for an away team. But they got the 2-0. We are definitely not going with the approach of getting 2 shots on target and scoring 2. We will have the approach of trying to create as many as possible, and of course we have to be very wary with the counter-attack threat, because they've got good quality players like Salah Mohsin, they've got El Rouge that is called Ben Yusuf, they've got Degmoum that is playing in behind, they've got Ahmed Ali, okay, he's not travelling, they got Makhlouf in the midfield. So very players that are good on the transition, and we know in the last 89th minute there we conceded from a transition. So we have to be very wary in terms of our rest defense, in terms of when we are trying to put pressure on them and we are trying to create chances to score, that we don't lose concentration. And so our approach is very clear. We need 3 goals to qualify, but it's slightly different because game we scored the 2-1 and now we were holding on, so it wasn't really a counter-attack. Faye Toto with his brilliance, finding a runner, Zidane in behind, outside to inside movement that caught us, and not really a counter-attack. I think we've been very good in terms of stopping counter-attacks, because in the league it's low every week. The league, most of the game plans we face is trying to hit us on the counter-attack, and in the league a lot of teams are sometimes looking at us and saying, hey, our centre-backs are not on the halfway line, they're even further up into the opponent's half, and that is very key in terms of how we attack. And how we attack is very important as to how we're going to defend. So everything is interrelated, that if we attack with, let's say for instance, both fullbacks high up, both midfielders pushing on, and now they are leaving 3-4 players in the rest attack, we lose the ball or we cross the ball in and it falls to their players. Suddenly we're faced with a 4 versus 2 or 5 versus 2. So that is really important as to when we are making these passes, that we are staying close together, that not both fullbacks are up high and wide at the same time, especially if the ball is shifted to one side. So we can always keep our structures really good, and at the same time when we create these moments we can put numbers in the box. Our counter pressing has been one of our strengths. Seconds after losing the ball is clear, but of course this is a team that has big strikers, so they launched that first to Salah Mohsin, he lays it off, and then now there's a counter-attack based. All that it was a long ball that they kicked from the goalkeeper. We cleared the ball, and maybe one of our defenders shouldn't have gone, and then that created a situation, probably offside as well, but VAR seemed to fall in the favor of Al Masri on all occasions. So we didn't really get caught on the counter-attack, but it was quite surprising that we were the dominant team, forcing them to play in a low block at home. So a really good performance, a lot of analysis and take out in terms of how we can attack better, how can we stop these counter-attacks, and what approach are they going to come, because if you take I don't think it was their plan to sit in a low block, because they came to press us high. Even if you just talk about 2 of our goal kicks where they came to press us high with players, and from the goal kick we're able to create 1-against-1 with Mpanzo, and the other 1-against-1 on the side versus the centre back. So I don't think it was their plan to sit in a low block, but I think in this match there's definitely a plan to be a little bit and then try to catch us on the counter.
Yes?
Yeah, the two strikers is definitely a possibility, because they play with 3 defenders, they play with 3 centre-backs, and if we look at the last match where Ateba was a lot of the time isolated with a vertical pass into him, and he had the defender marking him and the two other centre backs that really closed him down, and he was a little bit isolated. So it's just in relation to which players we want to affect on the last line. If you want to play two strikers, maybe they then have a sweeper in behind. If you want to play another two players closer to the centre backs, or you then forcing one of the centre backs to jump, and then you create the space behind. So two strikers is definitely an option, because we saw it in the last match where Ateba was a little bit isolated, and maybe to start with two strikers, that is a possibility. To start with Mokwala and Ateba is a possibility. Mashaka is there as well. So I'm not going to tell you now what I'm going to do, but all of these questions, of course, we've been working on. All of these things in relation to, okay, we want to score early. Of course, that is the target. If you don't score early, if it comes to half-time and it's 0-0, or if you go behind, what are the mechanisms we're going to use, and what are the plans? The scenarios already have been trained, have been spoken about, have been worked on. So it's a game that all our players are clear in relation to what is required. And football is not just turning on a light, let's score 2 goals in the first half. I'd love to, and we hope we do, and to score even more in the first half. But there are always those scenarios that what if, are we going to put 3 strikers, are we going to put 4 strikers, are we leaving ourselves vulnerable, how are we going to create chances, in which areas are we targeting? So a lot of detail that has gone in, and a lot of scenario talking and creation, what we've been preparing the players for, because the referee has a big job tomorrow. Number one, the referee's job is to make sure that at least the ball in play can be 60 minutes, which is normal on average for a team playing a football match. And of course, Al Masri, we will be on the ascendancy, we'll create a chance, the second chance, and the goalkeeper will go down. And how long does the referee allow the goalkeeper to go down? How much time does he add in relation to that? They want to break the momentum of our attack. So these are the things also we prepare the player. Don't lose your head. Don't become frustrated. Stick to the task. Focus on the next action. Go into your positions, and let's attack them again. But like I said, the referee, the fourth official, in relation to adding up this time, maybe there's a VAR call that takes 6 minutes. Is he going to add that time in behind? Or will we fall into Al Masri's traps and only have a match playing 40 minutes of football? That is not, I think, I think we need a strong ref to be able to allow us to play the football match in relation to the time that is allocated for it. I think I just addressed that in the last point, where these scenarios are going to be important. Have we scored already? We're leading 1-0, maybe we need to score another one to get to penalties, we need to score 2 more. Are we then in the second half going with 2 or 3 strikers, or pulling 1 striker, or putting an extra midfielder on? Or in relation to what is going to be needed in the time, what scenario or what actions are happening within the game, what are they doing, what have they planned? Are they playing a 4 defense line with both wingers falling back, making a 6 defense line? And that will inform me and my technical team to be able to act and react accordingly. And sometimes in the last match at Luke, we didn't make any changes, but there were a lot of tactical changes within the game. There were a lot of positional swaps. There were a lot of fullbacks coming inside, fullbacks being a little bit deeper within the game. So in the first 10 minutes, for instance, there was already 2 different formations being played in the first 15 minutes where we had to swap it up already. So although you don't see a substitute a lot of the time, there are a lot of structural changes within the game to give us the advantage. You don't create 18 moments and these 18 shots, although off target, 6 on target or 7 on target, but there were even better moments where we could have created big chances, and these are due to the structural changes within the team. And don't be fooled that in this game is going to require a lot of changes, a lot of adaptations within the game, and sometimes that's making a triple sub, and sometimes that's making no sub. The responsibility is always on my shoulders, and that's for sure. The players, I allow them to do the job, and I take all the pressure on myself, and I'll continue to do that, no matter what the results. I think you don't come to a big club like Simba without knowing that responsibility. In relation to the chances created, like I said, the amount of chances we created in the last game, we need to create more. I can only hope that we create bigger, clearer chances for the players to be able to convert. If you talk about our meetings and our preparation for this week, there was one meeting where we spoke about rest defense, where we spoke about defensive actions where they can hurt us, because it's very important to keep a clean sheet. But there was two very important meetings as to how to create chances, how to put numbers into the correct areas to be able to create more chances. Our players converting, I trust them. I know we try to create the mentality that if you miss the first chance and you're running into the near post, don't stop running into the near post because you're afraid of missing the second chance. No. Making the run, keep putting yourself into the position. So that is clearly, sometimes it's a positional structure to create these chances. Sometimes, and these are the finer details we had to work on and speak about and work on the training session, where to position ourselves to be able to create more chances and to get better, clear-cut chances. And I trust the players that they are able. I know our fans will be with us from the first minute, because it's going to be a high-intensity game, that's for sure.